You too can become a psychiatric patient. Some years ago, while managing a shift at Synapse Services Limited Nigeria, the largest provider of private mental health services in West Africa, a gentleman walked up to me in the office. It was a night shift, quite sober and reflective. His worries were all packed in the very statement he made. "Can I speak to you, please?" "Of course, with all pleasure," I replied. He sat before me with hands resting on the table, looking into my eyes like one expecting to hear a terrible diagnosis from his doctor, but this time around from his nurse. He asked, "Why do people become mad?" There was a brief silence, and he appeared as though he expected the usual rhetorics that people develop mental disorders because of genetics and bad lifestyles, but I disappointed him. I told him people suffer mental problems because they are human beings, and that's the ultimate reason. Because they are human beings capable of experiencing a rosy life and yet exposed to harsh realities of life. I continued. I told him the sanest of us, the best of us, who might be in the pinnacle of human affairs, including priests, doctors, nurses, by a twist of fate, can become a psychiatric patient in a second. This means that I too can become a psychiatric patient. Who knows, you could be my nurse as well. I smiled and he returned it, but he was visibly dumbfounded, a sort of, for the first time, seeing himself like every other human being capable of falling sick, other than being singled out as a sick man among the human species. Instead of taking him into the physiologies of the brain, what psychosis is, and leaving him in the lurch like sometimes we clinicians do unintentionally when we give too much information, I took him into the unusual places that are as welcoming and as yet factual. I told him, lifestyle changes, genetics, but significantly stress, which could be as a result of losing a dear one, business failure, etc., are often predisposing factors. I said emphatically, while certain things are within our control, others are only to be managed. I refer him to the Serenity Prayer, which was our anthem back then, before any group session. No one ever believes that he or she would have a full-blown psychosis, including most users of substance. Drug, alcohol, and the rest of them. But the truth is that if an unforeseen circumstance like dashing the head against a tarred road, among other similar situations, can escort one into the psychiatric bed, then no one is absolutely immune against mental disorders. And this should make us, all of us, compassionate towards those who suffer mental health problems.